Okay, Alita Army. Welcome to the Alita Livestream of July the 21st, 2023. What other universes would Alita fit in? Where we discuss all things to do with the movie Alita Battle Angel, the source manga Gundam, and the greatly desired sequels. I am your host, the Muskogee Creek from Denver, Colorado, and with me here is Lee, and he is from Fountain, Colorado. How's it going, Lee?
Not too bad down here.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking pre-stream about how it's been kind of warm. You know, it's not terribly hot today, but it's been kind of warm early on here. We just had Channel Does Not Exist join us. Hey, Channel, how are you doing, lady?
Hi.
Cool. How are things in Poland?
I just today I handed in the documents for college registration.
Oh, nice. Where are you trying to go, or where was that application?
The only one that got accepted, and I hope no one from there is listening, because if anything else accepts me, I might be pulling out.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, you don't need to tell us that.
Warsaw University of Technology. Warsaw University of Technology.
Well, that's a pretty good university, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
The university is good. It's just that it's not the major that I wanted.
Well, what do you what's your forte? What major did you want to go into?
I wanted into biomedical engineering, but I got into chemical and processing engineering.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, you know. Anyway, the first couple of years of college are pretty much general stuff anyway. Maybe you can switch majors or something like that later.
There's this story that there's a ton of people switching majors after the first year, so that's why I'm not too worried.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I know. Even back when I was going to college, a lot of students would just take general curriculum the first year or two and then decide. You know, that's not unusual. I think
that's not really a thing in Poland, and the chemical and processing engineering department has a separate building from the rest of the university. So.
Okay.
And a separate campus.
Maybe it'll work out for you.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, congratulations. Because I'm sure you'll get in, Channel. You're pretty smart, I think.
And that's the one I already got accepted in, so.
Well, did you put down as one of your kudos there, or one of your awards, that you are the Alita Army trivia contest winner?
No, I didn't have any documents to prove that. I did not have any documents. You need to have a document to claim something.
Yeah, that might not have helped you, I think. That helps.
If I had a document for that, I would try.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's quite the resume padding that you might think.
No, that's right. Probably not. We would think it was great, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, well, we're glad you could make it, Channel, and I think you wanted to go in biomedical engineering. That's kind of a similar field that Lee's girlfriend's is in the medical profession.
Well, I wasn't
right,
accepted into that. Not enough points.
Well, maybe you'll get it. You can still good chance of switching majors, I think. Me, I started out in IT and just got into a whole bunch of different things eventually. In my profession, all the way from IT to government to you name it, I got in it. So anyway. All right. Mostly IT, though. I would say mostly IT. So. All right, well, let's, I guess, go ahead and jump right in. And I did it again this week, Lee. Forgot to click that thing, to welcome the guests, But anyway, Alita welcomes us. She welcomes all of us, so there you have it. Yeah, before we get to the main topic, though, we just want to remind everybody to sign the petition. And right now we've nearly got 178,000. I think probably in the next week or two we'll probably have 178,000. We might even get to we might even get to 200,000. Well, I don't know if we get to 200,000 by the end of the year, but because we've been going for 4 years now, I think, and it's we probably by the end of next year we probably would definitely have 200,000. So anyway, the URL you see under there is down in the description. So anybody that's watching this, maybe later on, you kind of just clicked on it on the YouTube channel, then that's on the that's down in the description. You can click on that. I'm so sure that everybody, has watching this stream has already clicked on it. And I see we got Finn out there. Howdy, Finn. Hello, Savos, Finn. So anyway, that's little German for Finn there. Or Grüß Scott, I guess, if you're in Bavaria. I think they Grüß Scots. And also, we want to remind everybody about the Hero Arm campaign. We got, we got a ways to go. We got 15 grand to go before we get to 17,770. Now, there's a couple of us that are going to, later on, we're going to put some dollars in there. Yeah, Finn, vielen Dank. Yeah. Sehr gut, or bitte rather. So yeah, we want to give somebody, a bionic hand, some deserving individual who's physically challenged. And, we started this about 3 weeks ago, I think, something like that. Well, no, we actually started it just before I think we flew the airplane. That's when we started. So it's probably been a month, I guess, something like that anyway. So anyway, if you got no donation is too small, $1 if you got it. If not, then don't beat yourself up. Just retweet. That would help too. Yeah, it is a good night or a good afternoon, isn't it there, Finn? And it's been a good day for sure. Yeah. So, and just another reminder to watch Avatar. I think it's out on Blu-ray now, so you can buy it there. As a matter of fact, I know it. You can, I believe that thing, I don't know if it's on, I think it's on Disney Plus. I'm not sure about that. I know it's on YouTube. You can actually buy it on YouTube even, just to click on YouTube movies, and it's there. It is a fantastic movie. If you ever get a chance to see it in the theater, though, you ought to go see it because the visuals in that thing are stunning. I mean, it's just really, really a super movie. So you've seen it, haven't you, Channel?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. So I guess we can go ahead and get to the main topic here. Now, before we do, we want to talk about, lay a little groundwork for Alita because, the universes that we're going to be talking about are pretty different, in a lot of ways. So what we'll discuss is these three versions of Alita, and you see her there on the right, those illustrations, in that really super powerful Imaginos body, and the Berserker body is pretty powerful too. And the tuned body is probably the least powerful of all three. And, she's been in like 10 or 11 bodies. And we left out, I know if Maxie was here, where's the motorball body? Well, the motorball body is a sport body. It's not it's not a combat oriented body. So we didn't, put her in there with that, now, if she played sports, certainly the motorball body, if it was something like rollerball, she could probably do pretty well in that body. But we're going to concentrate on these three bodies right here. Cheers, Vladdy from the Shires in
Hey
UK.
guys.
How's it going, man?
Hello.
Pretty good. Hey Channel. Hey Lee.
Hello.
Of course, howdy Creaky.
Good day, mate. No, that's right. You're English. You're not Australian.
Yeah.
So anyway, or cheers, I guess.
Cheers,
Yeah.
man. Today I did the double
Yeah.
one. I did the Barbenheimer at the cinema.
What? Oh, the Barbenheimer. What is this?
Barbie and Oppenheimer. I saw them both.
Oh,
They were
Yeah,
both
I've heard.
really
I
good.
heard.
I actually liked them both.
Was Barbie good? Because I heard it was a
Yeah, Barbie
disappointment.
was actually really funny.
Oh,
I found it
okay.
hilarious. I mean, you can like not agree with like all the politics or everything, but if you can just go along with like what they're trying to do, and you can still find it funny and enjoyable. And I thought it was quite
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, as long as they do that and don't mess up the story with a message, I guess that's okay, you know. So
Yeah, it is also it's like Barbie, so it's like it's such a like part of culture and to do with like how the genders are. Like it's very like you have a stereotypical Barbie, you know what I mean? Like blonde hair, blue eyes, you know. So it's just like it's obviously it can't not be about that kind of gender politics. You know what I mean? For it to be interesting.
yes.
So I think you should just give them a pass on Barbie. To be honest, let them have at it and just enjoy their entertainment.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably watch Barbie, you know, for sure. I've heard Oppenheimer's good, you know. I've heard that. I mean, it's
That
you know
was
Robert
amazing.
Downey Jr.
I saw that first,
Yeah.
and Barbie was like a little sweet dessert afterwards.
Yeah, well, you know,
Because
anything
it
with
goes on
Margot
a bit,
Robbie.
Oppenheimer, it drags on a little bit, and I don't know, I feel like it maybe could have done without some of the courtroom stuff, but I don't know, it was still really, really good.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. he's a great actor, I think. I think he's
Do you know who he was playing? A chairman, something, but I can't remember his name. It was obviously it's all historical figures, isn't it?
Yeah, let's see. Let me see.
I won't. I know it's a historical movie. I know it's a historical movie, but I won't spoil anything anyway because I didn't really know about all this stuff, so I won't say what his character
he
is
didn't
about.
play. He didn't play in Enrico Fermi, did he?
I don't know who that is.
He's one of the other guys I believe that worked on the Manhattan Project.
No, he definitely didn't play one of those. He played a politician. Who, yeah, I won't say. I just won't say anymore. Basically,
okay.
He basically played a politician, and Cillian Murphy was obviously Oppenheimer, the scientist, the destroyer of worlds. With Florence Pugh. I was wondering how he was going to use that phrase in like a sex scene, and it's quite interesting how he does it.
Yeah, I have become death, the destroyer of worlds. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Kind of like our girl here. You know, she's
exactly. Yeah, it's the same kind of fiery, world-changing, earth-shattering thing that Alita is.
Yes.
Just her being.
So anyway, with Alita, what I've got, how I've got them organized there, you might say, well, look, that's not in any kind of order. Well, it is. The most powerful body's on the top. The next powerful one's there, and the least of the three is the tuned body, you know, because with the tuned body, she doesn't have the plasma weapon, you know, and in the Imaginos body, of course, she has like godlike powers in that 2.1 body. I mean, it's you know, I mean, she's so
overpowered they had to get rid of the body at the beginning of Mars Chronicle.
Yes. And those wings, I think, are pretty cool. And so
I can't wait to see Rosa Salazar having that much power in the live-action Alita in the Imaginos body. It's going to be incredible.
I'm calling it. The wings will be in the trailer, and then people will be super disappointed if the wings only appear for a few minutes.
Yeah, well, can you imagine if that's a teaser? If they just have Rosa's Alita, doing that pose that we have on the left there, with the massive wings and the fire all underneath her. That's just going to blow people's minds. That's exactly what they should do for the teaser. That's an incredible idea.
Well, yeah,
but for the CGI budget went.
Well, with this for the sequel, though, she's not going to be in the Imaginos body in the sequel. I mean, she might.
It doesn't matter. They can just tease it for like the third one. Yeah, they're promoting both movies. They're not just promoting the sequel now, because obviously he's making multiple Alita films.
They might make it as the promotional trailer, as the poster image for a series or something.
Yeah, totally. That would be so good.
And then people are disappointed that Alita only has wings in like one episode.
Yeah. I think it's that iconic that it's just good enough for one scene anyway.
Because their wings this huge would be very uncomfortable to have around all the time.
Yeah, of course. They just look so good in that kind of shot.
Like, how do you even get through a door with them?
Yeah. It's comical, but it just looks so good in that kind of image.
Well, I like the wings, but I also like that tail. So I want to
No,
see it.
lose
I
the
want to
tail.
But the
Nix
tail
the
can
tail.
stay. The
No,
tail
we
can
don't need the tail.
No. Yeah, our girl, I don't think she'll be in the Imaginos body until the fourth movie, Alita. What was it? I called it last. It wasn't Avenging Angel. It was
Angel
Alita.
Ascension?
So I don't know, that, but the third movie I think is going to be the Badlands arc, is what I think it's going to be.
Nice. They can shoot that in the Austin, Texas desert.
Yeah, they could. They could. Austin, Texas. Texas is not the same all over. It's not all desert everywhere.
What?
No, it isn't. They have grasslands and stuff like that. Now you go to West Texas, it gets pretty. It can get pretty.
I'm sure there's enough desert
there
to shoot the Alita movies.
Oh yeah, they can do that. Now the kind of mountains that you see in the background, that picture on the right, you're going to have to come up here to Colorado to see those kind of mountains, or maybe go to New Mexico. You might get something like that.
Yeah, I was thinking New Mexico, maybe some parts of Arizona.
Yeah, because West Texas is flat as a pancake, man. I mean, it is like a tabletop. It's not. You don't see it. You might see a hill here and there, but it's not anything.
They can just CGI all the hills in. That's fine.
Yeah, you could. I guess you could.
They're shooting the hills somewhere, and then they're shooting the front, and then they glue it together in an editing program.
Exactly. They should just let us run the sequel production channel.
Or could they just shoot it on location in Arizona or New Mexico?
Oh yeah,
some really nice places there.
That might be less complicated.
Well, I don't believe they're going to let us direct or have anything to do with directing the movies.
What?
Yes.
Every creative decision needs to be made via a Twitter poll. The Alita Army needs to decide.
I do think it would be a good idea, though, and I'm not fooling about this, if James Cameron would maybe, just for I don't know, for a lark or whatever you want to call it, contact Lee and Maxie to get some feedback on some screenplay stuff, because they're both pretty good writers. So, in my opinion,
why not?
Well, Lee would tell you I'm not much of a critic. I say, wow, this is great, Lee. He says,
I would also tell you I'm not really much of a writer compared to Maxie. I think he does a lot better than I do.
Well, I don't know about that. I think Maxie is good, though. There's no doubt about it. Yeah. So, but anyway, our girl in the Imaginos 2.1 body, the Berserker body, and the tuned body. That's kind of what we're going to be looking at here to see, which universe she would fit in. And we're going to go over several of these universes, and we'll even talk about some that you don't see here. We're going to talk about Alita in the DC universe. Now we've done a couple of streams similar to this.
Yeah, I remember this kind of stuff before.
Yeah, but it was on this particular one, what I want to concentrate mostly on is the movie universes. Even though we only have one movie with Alita, so I kind of even went to the manga and got a little bit out of that, because we don't have a lot to go on in the movie, But you can see there's 7 of them right there.
A lot about what? Sorry, what do you mean we don't have a lot to go on?
Well, I don't have a lot of movie information to go on. I got a lot to go on the manga.
Wait, what's the main topic? Sorry, I lost track of the topic.
Well, there it is, right there. Other universes, Alita.
Oh, sorry, I'm just totally not. My wires aren't crossing. I don't know what your first point means compared to the main topic.
Well, that is the main topic. So but.
She's too unique.
Well, I mean, that would be one of the things, and that's one of the reasons I picked 3 bodies, because it's like you say, I mean, one body would fit well in the superhero type of universe, and another body would fit well in like a universe like Star Wars. It's not superhero stuff,
I don't even like thinking about her in other universes. Is that weird? I feel like it cheapens her to
I'm more so thinking about what other characters from other universes might fit into Alita's universe instead of the other way around. For some reason.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah,
Well,
I
that
feel
might
like
be
putting her in with a bunch of superheroes, it's like it cheapens her.
I don't know about that. You know, well, we'll see. Because I think she would do very well. You know,
It's bad enough we've got Rosa in the MCU, Creaky. This is just rubbing it in.
I don't think so, because I think if she does very well in that movie, and Captain America 4, I think it's going to make Disney, you know.
What do you mean if she'll do? She'll obviously do amazingly in it, but she's already got the sequel, so I don't even know. She doesn't need to do well in it, but she obviously will do really well.
Well,
no, she has to,
do well.
because if she doesn't do well, then there's going to be a sequel. If she does do well, we might get a series afterwards, or a 4th movie.
Well, I think
obviously, yeah. And I said she'll obviously do amazingly well. Yeah,
yes,
obviously, yeah. So. Okay, it's good that she does well. Obviously, yeah.
I think my top picks are going to be Halo and The Boys.
I'd like to see her in The Boys. That's the funnest one here.
Yeah, that we'll get there. I got some slides behind this one.
You've got slides for every single franchise.
Yep, I do.
Oh, golly.
Slides.
I don't have 99 slides now, so just calm down. You know, Maxie started that crap, you know, about 99 slides years ago.
Did he? You had to have 99 slides or something?
Well, I did. You remember about 3 years ago, there was that Radio Chaos stream we did where we looked at the technology of Alita Battle Angel, and we talked about that and the physics. You remember of Zalem being tied to Jeru? You remember that?
You said it was 3 years ago. Obviously, I don't remember that.
I didn't have 99 slides, but I had 90 something slides in that thing. And we went in, I mean, that stream went 4 hours.
That's great. So if you can prepare the slides, and it's just like amazing to get the people talking about what's on the slides. So nice job, Creaky.
Oh yeah.
It is your job, though, right? It is literally your job.
Well, sort of, yeah. I guess it is. Yeah.
You prepare like PowerPoints and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I not as much as I used to. You know, I mean, before I, you know, kind of stepped back away from the job I had last year. I still have that same client, but I don't do the same exact job, you know. So, but I've been messing around with PowerPoint for I don't know how long. I mean, it's been a very long time that I've been doing PowerPoint slides. So, you know, it's even when I worked for the government, I did PowerPoint slides. So
I've hardly made any PowerPoint slides. One of the only ones I can remember making is I think I made one for the FBI most wanted list in my high school. I think you call it high school. That was quite fun. I had like Osama bin Laden and all that lot.
Yeah. Well, I think Finn would call it.
You got him in the end. Well done. Congrats.
Yeah, Finn would call it Hochschule. Am I right, Finn? Out there in the chat.
Is Finn in the chat tonight?
Yeah, he's in the chat.
We call it either Lyceum or Technicum.
Okay, cool. Secondary school, as it were, you know.
Yeah, we call it secondary school here.
Yeah. Us Americans, we kind of get confused sometimes. We have primary school, but we also call it elementary school, and then of course there's middle school and junior high, and then there's high school and secondary school. So we call it like 6 different things.
So is junior high the same thing as middle school, or the same thing as which one?
It's similar, except junior high is more of a 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, whereas middle school is more of a 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. I think is the way it works.
I get confused with the grades even.
I'm already confused.
Yeah, me too.
In Poland, it used to be podstawówka, so primary school, then gymnasium, middle school, then liceum or technicum, high school, except they recently got rid of gymnasium, so now it's just 8 grades of podstawówka, and then straight to liceum or technicum.
Yeah. Well, with us, it depends on what area of the country you're in. I think most areas in the country still use the term middle school, and high school is 9th through 12th grade. But there are still some areas that have junior high schools where high school there is 10th through 12th grade. So it's a little bit of difference. But I think most schools in America, you know, they use the terminology middle school and then high school, I think.
How did we get on this topic?
I have no freaking idea. So anyway,
I remember how we got on this topic. Someone mentioned doing a presentation on PowerPoint in high school.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that's... which school it is.
Yeah, that was it. That's crazy how we got there.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on with the slides. You probably got 500 tonight.
No, I don't. So
okay.
No. So anyway, let's talk about the DCEU first. About
what
how
a mess. Are we talking DCEU or DCU? Because hasn't James Gunn started the DCU now, and that's a different thing.
Yeah, well, I got EU. I got EU up there because it's kind of like you said, Bloody. It's kind of a mess, you know, because you got.
Mess. Did you see the tracking for the new DCU film, Blue Beetle? James Gunn was like,
"Oh yeah,
this is the first character in the DCU. Every time one flops, the next one is it's the first main start. I promise you, lads, this one's going to be a hit."
Well, what this is actually, what I'm calling the DCEU is a combination of several things, because DC has been around for a very long time. And you see the guy on the right there, his name is Shazam. He used to be called Captain Marvel way back in the day. And then they had a little bit of a pissing contest with Marvel, you know, so they had to change his name.
Why did they call him Captain Marvel? You know?
Way back. This is back in like the 60s and early 70s.
After the Marvel brand on purpose?
No, because what happened was, I'm not sure about this. It's been so long since I've read comic books, but I think they called him Captain Marvel first. But there was a Marvel, there was Marvel Comics was around when Shazam got created as Captain Marvel, and they got in a pissing contest, and then DC said, okay, we'll just call him Shazam, and then Marvel came up with Captain Marvel. You know, so I mean, I think that's the way that
rolling my eyes with all these Marvels.
Well, here's the thing. You see, Shazam, at least currently, he's kind of in betwixt and in between, because they came out with a theatrical release of the Justice League, and then they came out with I guess Aquaman, and then Shazam came out, and then they kind of threw away the Justice League and did the Snyder Cut. And then Shazam came out with another movie, and on top of that, preceding that, they had Green Lantern. So it's kind of like all over the place, you know. Yeah, that's right. Hochschuler or Foxschuler, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, I quite like Zachariah Levi. He's but obviously I don't really care about Shazam. I never saw it.
Well, you know, one thing that some folks don't realize or may not realize that he was also in Thor, in the 2 of the Thor movies.
You mean the Marvel Thor movies?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he
was. Was he Zachariah Levi?
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
who was he?
He was. God, I can't remember his name. But he had kind of a goatee, blonde hair or blondish hair.
Was he like a scientist or something?
No, he was a Asgardian, and he was.
I saw the first Thor. I only saw the first Thor. Was he in that?
My friend made me watch all the Thors.
Oh no!
Yeah, he was. He was in.
It's not that bad actually.
No, yeah, they're quite entertaining. I've seen the first. I knew, and I've heard. I saw the first one, but I haven't seen the rest. But I realized that people tend to think they're quite good.
Well, he was actually also in the Dark World. Thor in the Dark World. He had a bit
Love
part
and Thunder is bad to the point that it's entertaining.
Yeah, I kind of want to watch that because Taika Waititi, it's just like everything that you don't really like about him in one movie. Do you know what I mean? All his like jokes and stuff.
Like one scene, you have a beautifully animated some kind of citadel of gods beyond the world, and it's really this creative different gods from different religions or different animation styles. It has this cute sci-fi vibe, And then there's the main character wandering around, and her helmet isn't even 3D printed. It looks like an Instagram filter slapped on the actor.
Because it's CGI. Yeah, they always do the CGI helmets now. It's so random.
How do you create such a beautiful CGI background, but so completely completely incapable of putting a CGI mask on your main character? Yeah. Or
you can tell it's CGI.
Print a plastic mask for them. It's not something that has to be done by CGI.
I'm with you on that.
I don't care if it's done by CGI or practical effects. Just make it not look bad.
Yeah, like I mean, if it was Alita, obviously they'd do a CGI mask because everything on Alita is CGI.
Well, here's the thing.
The story also had a lot of problems. Every Thor story has a lot of holes.
Taika Waititi was also in Green Lantern. You know that?
We're not on the MCU anyway. We're on DCEU.
I know, but
they're different things. There are so many of these bloody superhero franchises. Can we just skip past them?
Just hang on now, bloody. Just like Zachary was in the Thor
I really
movies.
like Zachary and Chuck. Did any of you watch Chuck?
No.
No.
He was like a spy that got all the like secret files embedded into his brain or something. It was quite entertaining. So that's kind of why I've got a soft spot for him, but I wasn't bothered to watch Shazam because it did just look like another super generic superhero movie.
They're actually kind of funny, the Shazam movies.
Yeah, I'm sure they've got funny jokes. They've all got funny jokes, Creaky.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not bad. But anyway, how would Alita fit in this? Now, this is mostly this is a superhero, type of universe. And in her Imaginos 2.1 body, I tell you, she's going to be in the same, tier level, say, as Superman, the Flash, and Green Lantern, and probably Shazam. I mean, when you look at Wonder Woman as well, but there are other characters that are either superheroes or supervillains that even in her tuned body, she's going to take them out. I think in her Imaginos 2.1 body, she's going to be right up near the top here in ability, and then her Berserker body, she's going to be probably on the same level as, say, I don't know, probably a Cyborg, maybe the same level as him.
Definitely well above Batman.
Well, the thing about Batman is that, there's a saying in the DC universe among the fans that if you give him a chance to figure out, to kind of study his opponent, he can beat anybody. If he has a chance to analyze his opponent.
Okay, but let's just say he didn't have a chance, and it was just suddenly Alita was there in front of him. She'd cut her in half. She'd cut him in half in seconds.
Yeah, I think so. I think even in her tuned body, she would she'd take care of Batman.
Probably even in the doll body.
I probably so. If he doesn't have a chance to analyze things.
Yeah, she'd only really struggle with the superhuman ones.
Well, he's beaten some pretty powerful guys, so and he's just a human. He's an elite human for sure, but he's not a meta human.
Plasma fire that she can burn him with.
But I think if somehow because in the comic books, Green Lantern and Shazam are in they're in the Justice League, which is what this is basically. Now, there's another group called the Justice Society. I didn't put them in here. There's only one movie, and that's the one that's got Dwayne Johnson in it. He plays Black Adam.
Not anymore.
No, that's right. That thing didn't do very well at the box
did
office,
okay.
did
it did better. It's done better than the Flash.
Well, the Flash, I was surprised to see that the Flash is already in YouTube movies.
Is it? Oh, that's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
They were hyping it so much. They paid Stephen King to say it was the best superhero movie you'd ever seen. They did so much. It was so desperate. And they brought all those people back for cameos. I felt so bad for them that it flopped. So embarrassing.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Lost Link here. It says Deadpool actually killed Green Lantern. Or the script, I guess. Yeah, that's true. There's that,
I don't know what that
that
means.
that post-credit screen where, you know, Ryan Reynolds is reading the script for Green Lantern and Deadpool shows up behind him and shoots him behind the head. You know, he says, well, that takes care of that movie, or something to that effect. So, you know, but I think Alita could definitely, particularly in her Imagine's 2.1 body. I mean, you know, probably the Flash and Superman might be her equal, you know, because she is like,
Can she go like quantum? You know what I mean? Like she can like the Flash, she can like go back in time, sort of thing, with her Imagine's body.
I didn't see that in the manga. There's a side story where she actually, in her Imagine's 1.0 body, it's a story where she's running and everything in front of her becomes blue shifted and everything behind her becomes red shifted, which says you have to be traveling at least 50% the speed of light for that to happen, and probably faster than that. The Flash in the Snyder Cut version of Justice League, he actually ran faster than the speed of light. So
but not possible.
She somehow Alita somehow appears in the evolution lab while she's dead in the Zot, so she can seemingly teleport, but there's no proof of her time traveling.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Wasn't that a Jovian or Jupiter lab? I thought that's
Jupiter. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
I messed it up, but it was alien, and it's not specified where it's on a space station or an alien planet. If it was specified, I forgot. But her consciousness at the very least can teleport.
Well,
she can teleport from like A to B. How does she teleport?
I think it's just her consciousness that can teleport, and she took over some computer system where she was. She didn't materialize her whole body, so it's only her consciousness that will teleport like that.
Whoa, that's crazy.
I thought Melchizedek and that Jupiter supercomputer teleported her. I didn't think she did it. Did she?
And I'm not sure, but if the supercomputer teleported her, that would explain why she never teleports herself. Other than that, because she can't.
Yeah, because she got blown to in the Zot. She got blown to bits, like she likes to do, I guess.
Alita died too many times to care.
Yes.
No, don't tell me that. Poor baby.
Well, anyway,
Alita dying is like an average person having a minor injury.
Yeah.
Sequels are gonna kill me, man.
Like, oh no, you twisted your ankle. Get well soon. You also like.
Nothing can happen to that berserker body. I'm sorry, I don't want to see it torn up. I'm gonna.
Well, let me just comment on what
I'm gonna get depressed.
Says. The Green Lantern got some bad press, and I've watched it. I mean, I enjoyed it okay. Now, I think they tried to do too much with it, is what I think, but it was okay.
Never saw it. Never saw it. Did anyone else see it? The Green Lantern?
Did you see it, Lee?
Channel, did you see it? Lee's muted right now.
Oh, I just said no.
No. Nobody saw the Green Lantern.
Yeah. I saw
Ryan Reynolds is the guy, right? We lost channel.
Yeah, well, yeah. She'll be back. Probably her internet messed up, but I got the DVD.
Where's she from again? Poland.
Poland, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, she's an hour ahead of you, I think, in time.
Yeah, I was like very impressed. She stays up so late for these streams.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess Alita in her Imagine's 2.1 body, she's going to hold her own with any of these guys and probably beat most of them.
Well, yeah, it sounds basically superhuman.
It looks like, the Flash and Superman are probably going to be, might be a little much for her because Superman's he's invulnerable. She's not going to be able to hurt him unless she gets a hold of some kryptonite or something like that.
Which she could. Why wouldn't she be able to do that?
Yeah, she could do it.
Once kryptonite, he becomes a baby with kryptonite. She could find that, no problem.
No, he's just vulnerable to it's all. I mean, he can be stabbed with a kryptonite spear.
That's what I mean. He just becomes weak and vulnerable like a baby.
Yeah, he's like a human, you know, just that. Now the Flash, he's different. I mean, he's not invulnerable, but he is so freaking fast. He's faster than she is. You know, she's pretty close to Superman in speed, I think. But I think
I'm just thinking about
Flash,
now. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about now when I was at the cinema today, and they still had a few Flash posters up, but they were all the Michael Keaton Batman doing that weird expression. I don't even know what it meant, and it's just so sad.
See, I haven't seen it yet. I am going to see it though. That's for sure.
You're going to see it? Why?
Yeah, I just check it out. You know, I get hello Tyler Barnes. I forgot to put his up there. So anyway.
What? Sorry.
Yeah. Well, Finn says the Green Lantern was good, but not great. I agree with that. Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like something I want to watch.
I think Cyborg and Alita would be pretty close in terms of she's in her berserker body, you know.
I think Alita would kick. I don't think. Wait, who made the Cyborg body from DCU?
Star
Aliens or something.
It was Aliens,
well,
so it might be as powerful as the metallurgy.
No, Aliens didn't make his cyborg body. What they did was Star Labs used some of the technology in the Kryptonian ship to build his body, because he was in that car accident that just really killed his mother and just damn near killed him and just ripped him limb from limb, and his father was his father was a scientist at Star Labs, and he built from this technology, he built that body for him.
That's the only thing I was thinking. Sorry, Creaky. I was thinking recently about cyborgs. One thing that you're always guaranteed is associated with them is trauma, and I think that's one thing that makes them such compelling characters, because they've been through something that's taken their human body from them, and that's why I think I like Alita. It's one reason of many, obviously. I like Alita so much. She's been through a lot.
Well, Alita has, but not so much with getting in a cyborg body, because she was in a cyborg body early in her life.
Mars Chronicle,
yeah, she was like a toddler.
She was never really not a cyborg.
Do you reckon?
Not originally.
Change that loads. He might completely change her origin story, and it'll piss off all the manga purists.
I already. If you've read Mars Chronicle and you've seen the extra features on the DVD version of the movie, you already know they changed her origin.
No, I don't want to. No, I hate that. I just want to pretend that's not canon. Can we just forget that thing?
I mean, the extra features aren't bad. They're just not very canon.
Why did they make it seem like
the only one I don't
story?
Like is the fall, not because it's not fun. It's just not canon compliant.
Yeah.
Well, now wait a minute. That channel.
You've got to leave big stuff like that for the actual, the meat of the story. You've got to leave stuff like that.
Bloody, wait a minute. Let me explain something to Channel here. Channel, you got to realize that Bloody wants Alita to be pure as the driven snow. I mean, she's got to be beautiful and right, Bloody.
No.
I don't know where this is coming from.
It's coming just from me pulling your string.
The part that bugs me the most isn't
Alita is perfect.
There you go.
Wait, what did you say, Channel? Please, can you say it again?
The part that bugs me the most isn't even Alita's personal change story, but the fact that Mars is a united anything instead of just a war-torn disaster of barely working together, mini kingdoms, republics, hell knows what. And one, Mars is shown as united, and two, Mars is shown as the second biggest superpower in the solar system after Earth. No, whereas in the manga, Mars is the slums of the solar system.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Are there other planets that are populated in the manga?
Yes. There's a few.
Cool.
Well, not all of them are planets. Sometimes it's just moons around planets, but still counts.
Yeah.
Moons basically count as planets anyway, in a way.
You
can have
Venusians,
entire civilizations on them.
Yes, there are multiple populated moons and planets in the manga.
Yeah, like Avatar, Pandora is a moon, isn't it?
the Venusians are actually living in floating cities, like zombies, sort of.
Nice.
You know, yeah.
I like
because you cannot live on the surface of Venus. I mean, it's 900 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah,
So
there's a YouTube channel that makes videos like, what would happen if a human being was put on the surface of Venus? And it's like,
they would
it's not
fry
good at
in
all.
like
you die in
10
like
seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like 500 degrees Celsius.
But who knows what it was like a million years ago? Maybe it was just like
a million years ago. Now, there is scientists that
about the temperature of sand in Italy.
Well, right now, are you having a heat wave there in Poland, Channel?
I mean, we were recently having an extreme heat wave that makes you question why is it even called moderate climate, and makes you realize no, moderate doesn't mean moderate temperatures throughout the year. Moderate means the average temperature is moderate.
Yeah.
Plus 35 Celsius, I think, at most.
Yeah. It's been really cold here in July. We've had the shittest weather possible.
Well, climate is.
We have a shit weather in the opposite direction sometimes.
Yeah. I know. I've been thinking, thank God I live in England, where we just rain the whole year round.
I don't know. Lee would tell you that we've had a lot of rain, haven't we, Lee? That's unusual for Colorado. You know,
I've been seeing more rain this year than I have in several years.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It just swings in roundabouts, doesn't it? I'm sure the Europe temperatures will go down soon. Don't worry, guys.
I don't know. We'll see. I know I got woke my ass up at 4 o'clock in the morning the day before yesterday to a thunderstorm, and it rained to beat the band, man. I'm telling you.
I love that. I love thunderstorms.
It's good when it rains.
Indeed.
Except when it wakes you up.
I mean, we used to have a saying, I niech ci zawsze, I niech wam słońce świeci, which roughly like, let the sun always shine for you. And then we had a 2-year drought. And after the 2-year drought ended, no one ever used that saying again, from what I've heard. As in, I've never heard a person in real life use that saying after the 2-year drought.
Let the rain always fall.
No, their saying was like, let the sun always shine for you, and then everybody stopped using that.
Yeah, they should say the opposite now.
Yeah, they just don't use the weather-related.
Yeah, we've got loads of slides to get through.
And the Creek wants to bring it back to Alita. He doesn't want to.
We're still on the very first slide right now.
But anyway, I think Alita in her tuned body, she would be down a little bit lower on the, I guess you would call it the level list.
The DCEU.
Yeah.
There was a really cringe joke in the Barbie movie that I saw today about the Schneider cut.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, it was so bizarre. Like, it felt really forced. The whole movie was about how the patriarchy is like bad. And and one of the Barbies was like, and I felt like I was just supporting the Schneider cut for I don't know, for a while. She said something like that. It just felt like basically the whole cinema was full of like teenage girls.
Yeah.
So, and they didn't, like, nobody laughed at that except for like one, like, obviously 30-year-old dude, like my sort of age, who knew what it meant. But like everyone who, like the vast majority of people was there, it was just so weird how they put that in there.
Well, they probably
they just basically the executives just want to like, they're pissed off at the Schneider Cut fandom because it's just so like it's just kind of funny to watch. It's just petty. But I like the Barbie movie, so I'm not shitting on the Barbie.
Did pretty good.
I'm not like anti-Barbie movie.
Snyder Cut did pretty good on streaming. I think they got a lot of views.
Yeah, but obviously the executives are not. They don't have good feelings about the Schneider Cut. Let's just say that. There's no way they'd include that. When Greta Gerwig, did you see when Greta Gerwig was asked about it? She didn't really like know what they were talking about. It's so weird. So obviously an executive would like put that in there as like a shot against the Schneider fandom.
So bringing it back to Alita, I think Alita.
I think we've gone. Yeah, she could easily beat most of them, apart from like.
Well, I'm not. I don't think. I don't want to put them up like beating them because they. I think now they may. If she appeared in their universe, probably initially they would say they would not know, much about her. But I think as they, kind of were around each other, they'd both figure out, both sides, her and them would figure out, hey, Alita's okay. She's really means well. So
Yeah,
I
she's
think
a good girl.
yeah. So now, but in her Imaginos 2.1 body, I'm talking about the tier level she'd be with these. I think for one thing, she might find it difficult to get in the Justice League because Batman and these folks, he's pretty dark, but they would probably if they knew her history, about how she can go off the rails from time to time.
Why would she want to join the Justice League?
Was only if there was a common threat that she had to help them with, maybe some kind of extra trust.
No, I don't think she'd bother. She'd just do it herself or just leave.
Yeah. And even if they teamed up, she wouldn't really be joining the team. It'd just be, oh, hi, you're here to fight the same thing.
Unless it was a threat more than she could deal with. Then she might be forced to work with them. That's the only thing I'm saying.
Okay,
now,
she'd be reluctant, I think.
Yeah, she would be. There's no doubt about that. But I think in the Imaginos 2.1 body, she'd be a lot like Superman, in that one. But in her other two bodies, the Berserker body or the Toon body, she's not as powerful, So there probably would be some threats. It would be a little bit beyond her ability, and she would probably be forced to work with them. If it was perceived as a common threat, so. But I got DCEU up there because the DC universe is kind of a mess in some ways. So
DCEU,
yeah,
like
extended universe.
It's just like nobody cares about it anymore. Sorry. I really hope the new Superman flops like massively.
Why?
Well.
Because I don't really like James Gunn.
Oh, I see.
Is that bad? Is it not? Is it bad to not like James Gunn?
I don't have any feeling one way or the other about him. I think he did a fairly good job in the MCU. I think he did that. I do know one thing. There are a lot of DC fans that are kind of upset that, that they kind of pitched Henry Cavill to the side, as Superman because they really liked him.
I always think about that. It like traumatizes me the way. Do you remember Henry Cavill's video saying, "I'm back as Superman, guys. The wait. I'm sorry about the wait, guys, but you will be rewarded." And then 2 months later, no, sorry, you're not. No, your wait won't be rewarded. It's like if Rosa came back with a video saying Alita sequel's happening, guys, and then they just cancelled it. Can you imagine how traumatic that would be? I feel so sorry for like the Henry Cavill Superman.
Oh my God, it'd be World War III for us, wouldn't it?
Well, for sure. Like Disney don't know what they're dealing with.
We'd be pretty upset if that happened.
I don't know why you're laughing.
I don't think that's going to happen though, Vladdy, because I think
definitely won't happen.
I think James Cameron has got
exactly.
Well, he's got control of that situation.
They don't give a shit about us. It's all James Cameron is basically. He's one of us, so that's why we're getting what we want.
Well, I hope he's one of us, but I think he is. But anyway. So I guess bringing it once again back to Alita, I think she and any one of her three bodies would fit real well. And I kind of agree with Vladdy and Channel that she would not want to like join the Justice League to be a member.
I think she would be temporarily allied with them.
Yeah, temporarily allied is a good term. Exactly.
Yeah,
actually, I think her relationship with the Justice League would be more along the lines of Justice League Unlimited, the animated series. There was a character in there named Huntress who had no problem killing criminals. She did not get along with the Justice League very well. I mean, they worked together, but they didn't really care for her methods.
Yeah, that would be cool.
It would be more like that.
Well, Alita certainly doesn't care. It doesn't bother her to kill people either.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The relationship between Alita and the Justice League would probably be more along the lines of the relationship between Huntress and the Justice League.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Alita's got a good streak behind her. I do know in her tuned body, before she met Figure 4, she was in bloodlust. She was probably be a lot like Huntress, wouldn't she? I mean, in
actually,
regard,
Huntress wasn't quite that bad. And when you're talking about the Badlands arc, Alita in the Badlands arc was Alita at her worst.
Yes.
Post amnesia, pre-amnesia, she was even worse than that.
That's kind of why
she wasn't really Alita either.
Yeah. Sorry, we can. I was going to say something, but it's related to the MCU, so maybe we should just wait for that.
Somehow more than heroes, but I think. Well, I think one of the things, Finn.
You're thinking way too much about the DC bit.
Well, in the DC world, the bad guys tend to not be team players, and these guys team up. Although I would say it's going to be pretty tough for anybody to be tougher than the Beast. Better than Superman, but that's another story. Superman's been around since the 30s, so he's.
I'm actually yawning right now.
Oh, I guess we may as well move on then if you're yawning, Bloody.
Yeah, sorry. Just like we've done superheroes for like 100 years now. Can we just move on?
All right, let's move on to Halo then. But look, Bloody, before we totally move on to it, Alita, as I've said many times, is not a superhero.
No, she's not.
She does have superhero level ability.
Well, I think it'd be more appropriate to say superhuman level abilities.
Yeah.
In her Imaginos 2.1 body, she's like a god in that thing.
Exactly. God.
Yeah.
She's above superhero. She's not a superhero. She's a god.
Yeah.
Like half god, because I still wouldn't say fully godly, but definitely. No. I mean, she stopped the Onion frame, so that's gonna be something.
She's like a demigod.
Yeah, that's a good word.
Body.
Well, demigods are half human, half god, but she's more. I like what Channel said. She's godly. She's.
I said
like
she's not. I just said she's not.
Oh, I thought you.
I agree with the demigod classification.
Yeah, that's stretching it, my opinion. I know Maxie.
No, Maxie and I had this. She's definitely a god of some kind.
Well, Maxie and I had a discussion. I had this discussion about her in a berserker body, where I said that I thought Alita was a metahuman, and he said, "No, she's just an enhanced human." And I said,
"Yeah, you can just.
It depends on your perspective.
Whatever you want, really."
Yeah, that's right.
Because when there's something new in like the evolution of humanity, you got to come up with new terms. Metahuman, superhuman, superhero is just lame. I wouldn't call it that.
Because superhero is a distinction of morality and of how the power is used, whereas metahuman and superhuman are descriptions of the power and not how it's being used.
Exactly. I don't want to label her in a bracket. Like I don't want to say. I just want to describe what she is. You know what I mean?
Because a superhero implies someone is both superhuman and uses it for good.
Mm.
And the distinction of morality shouldn't be included in the description of power. I mean, it's useful when it is, but you should be able to.
That's why I think she's a metahuman. I think she's a metahuman. Maxie doesn't think so, but I think she's a metahuman because she's a lot like Cyborg, and he's considered a metahuman. So, anyway, that's DC. Let's talk about Halo.
But I worship her like a demigod.
Yes, we are aware.
Yeah.
I mean, you can worship a human like a god, and that doesn't change the fact that their social influence can make them like a god. So
exactly. Well, that's what elevates her. That's what elevates Alita to godly status.
Godlike is okay. I can deal with that.
Godly works too. Yeah, it's the same thing.
She's not a demigod though, because she's not the offspring of a god and a human.
What are you?
I mean, demigod is we're using demigod as a description of power, not as a description of who's her parents.
Who's to decide what a god? Are you saying that God is only defined by like the ancient Greeks' definition of God?
No, because
why can't a god be an ultimate technological wonder that's like superior to every human on Earth?
I think demigod is just this the way that like bastard used to mean child out of marriage, and now it just means child that can behave. So the same way demigod can be used without the meaning of biologically, and more just on the power level halfway between human and god without
totally
how they're born or created.
Yeah, I'd say like God was God.
Dark
like,
side's a god.
You can an actual god you can never interact with, sort of, but a demigod is someone who can elevate to that kind of state. So I think Alita can.
Hold on. You remember? Did you see the movie Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
Yes, I saw that one. I didn't see 3 yet, though.
I still need to see that. You remember what Ego told Peter Quill and the bunch when Drax said something about, "Are you a god?" or it might have been Gamora, I can't remember. And he said, "Well, I'm humble most days, like Drax. That's when I'm a god with a little g." That's what he basically said, something like that. So, are there levels of God? Who knows?
Yeah, it's all semantics, really, though, isn't it?
Yes, it is. That's right.
It's like God with, at least in Polish, that works. Like if you're talking about a god in a religion that has multiple gods or mythology, you put God with a little g. But if it's a god in a monotheistic religion, then that's a big G.
Yeah, that's capital G. That's right.
Exactly.
I think English it works similar.
Yeah, it's an important distinction as well.
I think we are.
Because minor gods are basically like in polytheistic religions are basically like saints in monotheistic religions.
Yeah, exactly. But I did at university. I did ancient mythology and stuff. So this is bringing it all back.
Oh, that's cool.
We're giving Finn a good laugh, you guys. He's out there laughing at us.
I haven't been checking the chat. Always happy to see Finn there.
So anyway, going back to Alita once again. Halo, now
so it's a big B, little b, but it doesn't make sense because God in English doesn't have the word B.
Well, I think Alita would fit well in the Halo universe for 2 reasons. Number one, it also takes place in the 26th century.
Does it?
And yes, and
that's
Master Chief is a cyborg.
Yeah, the Spartans were partly
they were
cyborged. And then augmented with those power armor.
The power armor was connected to their body.
I think there is a neural link between the two. I can't be entirely sure.
Yeah, same for me. Like when like the Xbox came out, I chose that instead of PlayStation 2 or whatever it was at the time. And so like Halo was my like go-to console shooter. But like they left so many things blank. Like it was just kind of like you were just fighting these aliens. A lot of stuff about Master Chief was left like purposely blank, so you could like put yourself into it. But that's interesting that he's actually a cyborg as well. That's quite cool.
Well, I played the first version of this game way back when.
Yeah, me too.
I mean,
that's the thing.
Xbox controller.
If I remember correctly, the cybernetics in the Spartans wasn't anything like really overt. It was just like minor stuff, like subtle things like muscle enhancement. Bone reinforcement, and
that still does the job though.
Yeah.
You need it to lift that heavy armor, the muscle enhancement and stuff like that.
Well, the armor actually carries itself. It's power armor.
Oh yeah, of course. Like Fallout, you get the power armor. Yeah.
A cyborg Finn is part human. So
I thought he was human as well.
Yeah, he's
that's
not
the thing.
completely
For
human.
Some people, he might not have enough cybernetics in him to count as a cyborg.
Yeah.
Or certainly not a total replacement cyborg.
Oh, definitely not.
Is.
No. Basically, they take the human body, enhance it with a number of drug therapies and nanotech, and then add some various reinforcements to the body as well.
It doesn't
so
have
they'll
to
still look human for the most part, just really.
It doesn't have to be a total replacement cyborg. If any major part is replaced with cybernetics, that's a cyborg.
Yeah,
well, there's no replacement of body parts with the.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking is should there be a distinction for cyborgs that have actual body parts replaced to ones that just have like enhancements,
No,
like nanotech
wait.
plunged into their
No.
muscles
I mean,
to
there
make them
should
bigger?
be.
Doesn't have no.
I
no,
think
no,
so
no.
too,
It doesn't,
Joe.
no, it doesn't have to be nanotech. It's any individual that's got some kind of intimate connection with technology. Like Maxie is an example. He's he has
Okay,
that
we're talking
little
about the
thing
total literal definition. Yeah.
Yeah, and if
Yeah,
you're
in the
just talking about
strictest sense
just
of the
being,
terms, Maxie is a cyborg, and
Yeah,
Master Chief
exactly.
and the Spartans were also cyborgs.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, for sure. But I think there should be a term to separate the people who've actually had parts replaced.
There, well, if you're
Well, in
if you're like
Cyberpunk, they had one.
Alita,
It was called partial conversion.
Wait,
yeah.
in
Like
Cyberpunk
my
game?
grandpa who has an artificial
Yeah, in
hip.
Cyberpunk tabletop game.
Oh, sweet.
And
What was it
if
called,
you had
sorry?
your full body replaced, it was full conversion.
Yeah.
Partial. Yeah, I like that. That's a good distinction. I
And
mean, I
see,
should probably
partial
read those Cyberpunk books.
partial would include anything from 1% to what lead 50% or whatever.
I
That'd be
think
partial.
actually conversion means part of your body is converted to cybernetics, which would typically mean a limb has been replaced.
Yeah, but if you're a total conversion cyborg,
If you're a total conversion
the,
cyborg, you're just like Alita, only your brain is organic still.
yeah. So there you have it, Lottie. Alita is 99% cyber. She's 99% technology or 98% technology, except for her brain.
And
About
then even in
95%.
her brain, and even in her
Or
brain,
95,
not-
yeah.
and even her brain is modified, so that's more than 90. I know you're saying 99% because she's number 99, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I gotta say the 99.
Even her brain isn't fully natural.
No, I don't.
Well,
I like to think of it.
You'll get to
In
it,
her-
but you'll get to it in Last Order.
Well,
Yeah.
in her Imaginos 2.1 body, she's actually an android. She's not a cyborg.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about when Nova reconstructs her, and he mentions that her brain construction is has been altered. He's not the one who did it, and he doesn't know who could have the technology to do it. But it's explained why she survived the fall. That most of her brain, the water in her brain was replaced with a resin that hardens upon impact, which is why she could survive this drop, because it's kind of just her brain hardened on impact, so it would be less damaged.
Well, also she had that really hard skull too. It was a titanium, titanium nanotube.
And also that it hardens in extreme temperatures, so she also so it's hard to destroy by either. And that would also explain how it survived. How it was said that it survived multiple hours while her body was deconstructed, when she was sentenced to death for carrying a gun Nova got her.
Yeah.
So yeah, not even Alita's brain is normal or fully natural.
Well, this group right here in Halo, they're going to be more like what Alita went through when she was in the military. That's it's going to be kind of like that, I think. You know,
that's true.
Yeah, it's like well,
you're just a trained grunt, basically.
Well, she's a cyborg in the you know, just like she was,
but you're just a warrior. You're designed to go into war.
Yeah.
Like the Master Chief is designed to just go into war.
That gun that the Master Chief has there on the left, that looks exactly like the gun that was in that backstory video, you know, on YouTube. I mean, it looks like the same gun, you know, so, you know, and they're both, like say, they're both in the 26th century. So, you know, that's, I think she'd fit pretty well in Halo, you know. Now, Lee has told me in the past that, you know, she doesn't really like organized or governmental military because it's
that was according to the notes that Cameron had that somebody had gotten a hold of. I think they were part of a collector's edition or something like that.
So as Yoko, she would fit very well in here, but you know, as Alita, she would not, because she wouldn't like it. Now, I would say this:
As Yoko, she'd have the problem of Erica killing anyone who got too close to her.
Yes. Well, the thing here, though, is with Halo, this is Earth Defense Forces right here, and she was in the military. So, if for somehow you could kind of interlock these two universes, they would be enemies. You know, if she was Yoko, you know, if she's Alita, it'd be different. So. But I think Alita in her tuned body or her berserker body would fit very well right in this universe.
Probably not the tuned body, really. Oh, no, the tuned body. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the Imaginos body. The Imaginos body.
Yeah, it's OP, that one.
Yeah. The tuned to the berserker body would definitely be along the lines of what they've got here. Yeah. As far as
as a matter of fact, even these cyborgs right here, they would be amazed at Alita's berserker body. I mean, because these guys, they don't have an inherent plasma weapon, like Alita does.
Yeah, and I don't remember seeing any cyborg-like people in Halo games that I played.
There was one person, I think, in Fall of Reach that had a cybernetic arm. She was a Spartan that had lost her arm in a previous battle of some sort and had it replaced with a cybernetic. So they had cybernetic prosthetic replacements for limbs and stuff. They just, I guess it wasn't real common or something.
Yeah.
No one was cutting their limbs off specifically to, I mean, not that many people were cutting their limbs off specifically to replace them. They were just for people who had lost their limbs anyway.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, in fact, I think her cybernetic limb was less capable than her enhanced Spartan body. So it was a bit of a downgrade for her, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think the Imaginos 2.0 or even the Imaginos 1.0 body would be way OP for these folks. I mean,
oh yeah.
What they call the enemies of these guys, the Covenant? Is that what it was?
Yeah, the Covenant was a collection of various alien races that worked together under the prophets for a religious crusade, basically.
Mm-hmm. They did not like humans.
No, they didn't. Which actually puzzled a couple of them, couple of the member of the races, because they were thinking humans would fit right in, but then the prophets decided that, well, they were some kind of heretic race and we had to destroy them all.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know one thing, Master Chief, from what clips I've seen of him, he's badass himself.
Yep.
He's pretty badass. I mean,
Cortana, actually, the AI that is his companion, she actually mentions one of the reasons that she chose him as her partner, because he wasn't the fastest or the strongest or the most agile. He was the luckiest. He had a high level of luck, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Didn't it when he was in training, didn't he kill 3 other Marines and they decided this is the guy we want or something like that? I seem to remember a story about that.
I don't know. Hold on a second. Let's see.
Yeah, I think he killed like 3 Marines that were trying to bully him or something like that, and he killed them. He killed all 3 of them.
Shouldn't he be in prison?
Well, you would think, but they thought, well, God, he was so good. His ability was so great. They figured, well, let's keep this guy.
He was pretty badass.
That is pretty badass.
Apparently, a young Master Chief encountered 4 ODSTs after newly being augmented.
Yeah.
Has a physical encounter with a group during a workout.
Yeah. And he ended up taking them out, I think. I think it might have been Den that told me that. I can't remember now, though. So hey, I think Halo would, I think Alita would fit in her tune to her berserker body. She would fit well in this with this group.
I mean, I hate to see her in it, but sure.
And of course, Yoko would certainly fit in this, but Alita would not like this group, I think. Although this group is mainly just trying to defend Earth, I think so. She might be okay with it, I think. But they're pretty brutal, also. So I don't know. I think she probably.
I'm not sure she'll be bothered to fight the endless war.
So anyway, that's That's Halo. So sorry about that. We got to go back to superheroes for a little bit, Vladdy.
The worst one.
Well, they're in alphabetical order, man.
Sorry, I can't
Man.
say that anymore. I can't say that anymore because Rosa Salazar is in it.
Yeah, Rosa's in the MCU. So let's
They
give our girl.
basically forced me to stand the MCU. It's diabolical.
Yes. How dare them? But Alita in her Imaginos body, gosh, I think probably Doctor Strange would probably, she'd be on that level. But I think even in her Imaginos 2.1 body, I think even the Hulk would have a hard time with her. Captain Marvel might be able to hang with her because she can fly, and she does have that energy projection she can do,
You can fly through spaceships.
Yeah. So I think she can hang with her, Thor, when Thor became...
Sorry, can someone explain to me Captain Marvel? Is she like Superman then, where she's just totally invulnerable? Why can she fly through spaceships?
She's got an extremely powerful energy field she projects around herself, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, like a force field, so she can.
So that's why she can go through spaceships and stuff.
Well, you remember in Endgame where Thanos took the Power Stone out of the gauntlet and put it in his hand. He punched her and she went flying. Otherwise, he wasn't going to budge her. She was basically going to kick his butt. Because even with all those stones, he headbutted her and didn't even phase her, So he's
she was like she was like the Marvel's like poster girl for like girl power. She's the most powerful superhero in the MCU, kind of thing.
And we have Angelus with us from Brisbane and Queensland, Australia. Good day, mate.
Oh, you've got one of the AI mirror profile pictures. I love that one. Alex did a great one.
Goth Alita.
Oh, that is all the range right now. Goth Alita is all the range.
Yeah.
It's very
anyway, I think. Oh yeah, I do too. Goth Rosa, yeah. Mm-hmm. I think even tuned Rosa, Jesus, tuned Alita.
It's impossible. You always mix them up. It's just
I know.
Like
I know. I do. Well, Rosa is Alita, and Alita is Rosa.
Exactly.
I can't help it.
It's natural to mix them up. She should literally change her first name to Rosalita.
I will say this much. I swear, if you remember what Liam Neeson says in Taken, if you ever put Alita or Rosa into a Barbie filter, I will find you.
What?
And I will take you out.
I was literally thinking today that I wish they made a filter like that goth filter, but like barbifying people. And I was, I literally would have run Rosa through that filter.
But I think Alita,
where you live.
In terms of level of ability, I think Alita in her toon body would definitely be above Hawkeye, Black Widow, and Nick Fury.
Yeah,
for sure. She would probably be higher than Captain America. He's pretty badass, though. Especially in the Endgame when he became worthy Captain America.
Considering Stark's Iron Man suit, she'd probably be the equivalent of one of his more powerful Iron Man armors.
Yeah, probably so. And even in her berserker, in her berserker body, Iron Man can fly and he can hang with jets. So he's pretty badass himself.
That said, though, I think she's the better fighter out of them.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, she has military training and she has Panzerkunst.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. You can't beat Panzerkunst.
Yeah. Which would give her an edge over the Hulk, I think. Although the Hulk, God, I mean, if he hits you, man, it's over if he hits you. But, she's so fast in that berserker body even. Now, we didn't see this in the movie, but in the manga, she can run nearly 7 times the speed of sound. So, I mean, she's, that's pretty badass right there. And none of these folks can move that fast. I mean, I think probably Iron Man. Yeah, I think Iron Man can probably go 2 or 3 times the speed of sound, maybe. And certainly Doctor Strange can teleport. He can do
Well,
that.
that's the thing. If even with travel speed being as fast as it is, Tony Stark is still human, so he can't go faster than a human can. So her cyborg reflexes would still be, much higher than his.
Yeah, I think so. I think Captain Marvel would be her equal. I think Thor in the later movies would be her equal. So would Doctor Strange. Probably the Hulk.
You don't think Alita's arc plasma could cut through Captain Marvel's defense shield?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
Not quickly, as opposed to over time.
So she'd have to tie Captain Marvel down and then slowly cut through her force field.
Possibly, I don't know. I don't know the basis for her force field. They don't go into it in any depth.
If we were
exactly,
I feel
it
that
seems like she's another Superman, basically.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Again, I'm using another Star Wars reference, but when Qui-Gon was going through the ship's blast doors, it took him a good hot minute to get through, but eventually even the saber was able to melt through it. Same thing with the arc plasma generator to his shield. His shield is it's no superpower or anything like that. It's just the pinnacle of science in the context of what it's made of. But eventually even that would be melted through. I mean, look at Endgame in that respect, where eventually his shield got just broken and into bits sort of thing. So it's not invulnerable either. So that's why I say that
melt through everything.
Yeah, eventually it would, like a blowtorch sort of thing.
Yeah.
I tell you, one that's not there that would be tough would be Scarlet Witch. Should be tough.
I hate factoring in all these metaphysical, magical ones like Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch, because they're not really they're never they're not grounded in reality. It's bending reality.
I mean, isn't the Imaginos bending reality too? At least the Imaginos too.
Yeah, you'd have to go Imaginos level.
The Imaginos too has a warm connection to a wormhole reactor in the chest that is bending reality.
Well, I don't see why that's bending reality.
How do you fit a wormhole reactor in something that's roughly the size of a human body?
Technology will progress infinitely, and eventually they can do it that small.
Technology might eventually possibly do it. It's just magic with extra steps.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Oh yeah, I see where both of you are coming from, but eventually technology will not just catch up but overtake.
Yeah,
but
I still think it's different to Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch, where they literally they bend space and time to create different realities, compared to Alita's body, which is just
or even just
technological marvel that allows her to do all this magical stuff.
Yeah.
Besides, anything's more powerful.
Yeah, it's more powerful than magic. That's right. I think Doctor Strange would be tough, though. He can warp reality, like we were saying. That's we saw that in the first Doctor Strange movie, how he could do that. So I mean,
well, I guess in a way, Doctor Strange still has to spend a couple of seconds going abracadabra, alakazam, sort of thing.
Or something. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's a bit silly, really.
But I think Alita in any one of her 3 bodies could fit into this universe. In her Imaginos 2.1 body, she's going to be probably the most potent one of all of them, save maybe Doctor Strange and possibly Captain Marvel, But in her Berserker body, she's going to be more like Iron Man, I guess. She could be closer to that. Maybe the Hulk, in ability, But in any of the three bodies, she's going to be more powerful, let's say, than Hawkeye, Black Widow, or Nick Fury. So, you know, they're, of course, some would say Nick Fury's not in the Avengers. So, you know, I don't know. So, okay, we're going to get off MCU because Vladi doesn't like the MCU. Although he does like her now.
Wait, no, I did see. We haven't talked about Spider-Man. I did see the Spider-Man, the Raimi Spider-Man films.
Yeah, yeah, they were good.
I haven't seen any of the new ones, but
yeah, I think Tom Holland's Spider-Man's pretty good.
I think they had that get on well with the little intrepid photographer Spider-Man dude.
Well, the last Spider-Man had all three of them in there. I mean, because what they did was that, you know, they were able to
yeah, no, you were right. Let's move on. Let's move on from MCU.
You don't want to talk about Diamondback, Vladi?
No.
We can talk about
shit, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, well, I was going to mention it before, but then I was saving it for our MCU discussion, but then obviously that's next week.
Yeah, well, Diamondback is going to be Rosa, so that's going to be cool.
Yeah, she's going to, hopefully she'll be like one of those like wild villains that's like, she like really goes crazy and is like really evil. I think that'll be the best thing for her. And then she like goes out in a bang.
Like another certain wild, crazy villain-like character in a certain impossible movie.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, it doesn't really narrow it down.
You mean Mission Impossible?
Yeah.
Which character? Sorry, I lost track of what you're talking about. Huh?
Good old Tommy.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, I really like that. Sometimes you like latch on a bit, add on a bit more of my. Yeah. She's really cool, but I forgot. I couldn't think about her in that context. Let's carry on.
Well, we got Star Trek. Now, I kind of screwed up on this. I meant to put Data where Mr. Spock is, because Data is an android. So that would have made it a little more relatable, I think.
Well, no, because she's not an android.
She's not, except in her Imaginos 2.1 body. She's an android.
I'm talking about that. Yeah, but I'm not thinking about. I'm thinking about her as who she is now. She's not. No, I don't really like that change. I hope Cameron gets rid of that.
Well, we'll see.
Like, I don't like how they did that in the new Star Trek show, where they made Picard a robot. I think that's stupid. Sorry, Channel. Carry on.
Go ahead, Channel.
Go ahead, Channel.
Because
I think your audio is messing up.
It's like lagging a bit, Channel. Try and say it again.
Yeah. Yeah, your audio is
really lagging.
Out, yeah. Oh yeah, Finn's got a good one. Star Alita.
Indeed, Star Alita.
Yeah. Yes. Well, the thing about Star Trek, particularly if you consider, I guess, Star Trek Discovery, what is it, New Worlds or something like that, and Star Trek
the new
Discovery,
show,
yeah, it spans anywhere from the 21st century all the way up to the 28th century or something like that. So,
is it?
You know, yeah. I mean, there's one where they go all through. Well, and of course they can do time travel in Star Trek too. By the way,
is that why you're saying they do the 21st century, because they do time travel?
No, I've never seen Star Trek Discovery or there's Strange New Worlds.
No, I haven't seen any of the new ones.
But I think they cover a time span that goes all the way up 28th century. I think, but I can't swear to that. But certainly, I think she would fit in it, but she's kind of a warrior, you know, and these folks are not warriors. They're like explorers.
They're like UN peacekeepers or something.
Well, they're explorers, you know, but they you know, certainly the starships have a military capability, you know, but that's not the main purpose of it, you know. So, you know, I don't know if she'd fit all that well, you know, in this universe.
As a starship captain, right?
She was definitely the
I could see Alita. I would love to see Alita just like exploring distant planets and like getting into Star Trek kind of plots. I think that would be really cool.
JAM says, and he's confirming what I was brought up a while ago, that Star Trek Discovery goes way into the future, past the next generation, which is the 24th century. So
Picard's really old, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's a knight, you know, Vladdy.
You mean the actor, Sir Patrick?
Yeah.
What's his name? Sir Patrick
That's
Stewart.
right. Yeah.
That's fair enough. You've got to give him
right.
a knight here just because of his iconic Star Trek and his like legendary British accent.
You think I could get him on this stream, do you?
Do you really want me to answer that?
No, I don't. Well, I mean, you can, because I know what it's going to be. It's going to be
The
no.
answer is definitely no.
Yeah, that's right. And we know how successful I am trying to get people on streams, even when I try to offer
like
money.
Offering to pay them. I mean, come on, Rosa does not need money. She's got all her Alita sequel money now.
Yeah, she does. What's Finn saying here?
Worst case.
Well, go ahead.
I was just going to quickly say, worst case scenario, even with all this strike business, and I'm deviating here. Even with this strike business, I think Rosa knows that she's, you know, like as crucial to the Alita sequels as Cameron and Landau and Rodriguez would be, sort of thing.
Yes.
Like,
for sure.
she doesn't have to sign a contract to know that she's basically and practically already got the role of Alita. Like, I mean, who else are they going to get to play her? And like, it's even well documented that like franchises have like literally just nose dived at Mark 5 into the ground whenever they change the like lead characters and the actors that play them. So
yeah, that's right.
They're not going to replace Rosa. So in that context, I feel that well, yeah, she doesn't need to sign a contract to know that she's got the job. You know, maybe Christoph Waltz, you know, maybe Michelle Rodriguez as Gilda, etc. Those sort of smaller roles, but for Rosa as a leader, she's already in.
Yeah,
I
I'd say
gotta head out.
and Ida are the main like crucial ones that they just can't do without.
Guys,
All right,
I think Lee.
Later, Lee.
Yeah, we'll see you later, Lee. Thanks for joining us, man.
Oh, no problem.
All righty.
Yeah, you guys take care.
All righty, we'll see you.
All right, enough deviating for me.
Well, I think Rosa. Damn it, I did it again, Bloody. Alita would not fit very well in this universe, I think, because of the the premise behind it being. Now they do have plenty of fights in this, but the premise more that they're exploring, and doing that kind of stuff and meeting new species, whereas Alita's more of a warrior. I mean, she'd probably get along with the the Borg or the Klingons. She'd get along with them probably all right, So
what? Why would she get along with the Borg and the Klingons?
Well, they're cyborgs. They're all cyborgs. The Borg.
They try to simulate.
I mean, yeah, but they're completely.
She wouldn't get along with them.
Well, they're all.
Because Alita's a very individualistic person. She doesn't work that
well. That's just it.
The opposite.
They're all tied into the hive mind, is what they are. So they Alita would not fit well with the Borg. But I'm just saying that they do have cyborgs in Star Trek. For sure.
I was offended when you said she'd lie with the Borg.
No, I didn't say she would align with the Borg. I didn't say that. I said that
she'd get on well with the Borg.
No, I didn't say that.
I'm going to leave the stream.
I said that the Borg are cyborgs just like Alita. I didn't say she'd get along well with them.
Okay, sorry, I'm a bit sensitive lately about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I know you are, Bloody.
She'd look at them, say, "Oh, cool," and then learn about the ideology and immediately realize that's not cool.
Yeah, exactly.
And leave in the opposite direction.
She'd be coming back. She'd be coming back with like a nuclear bomb in like 2 minutes.
Like,
the Borg need to completely die.
She's either punching something really hard or leaving in the opposite direction, depending on her mood.
Yeah, exactly.
Or getting a bomb.
And that's
if
why
her
we love
boyfriend
it.
died or something.
Yeah.
No, the only thing she has in common with the Star Trek universe is that the Borg, they are cyborgs like, well,
So,
not like
I'm sorry,
her because
why are you
she's
saying the Borg is the most closely aligned, like related to
No,
Alita?
I did not say that. I did not say that. I said the Borg, they are cyborgs, and Alita's a cyborg. That's
Yeah, but there are
the
loads
only thing in they're different.
Aren't there loads of
That's
other
right,
cyborgs
buddy.
in the Star Trek? I guess
No.
I guess I'm thinking I'm getting mixed up with androids, aren't I? God, shame on me.
Yeah.
Shame on me.
Oh, that's all right. You know,
I mean,
Data
they have-
is an android.
They probably have cyborgs. I didn't watch it.
Well,
but
they
I'm guessing
do.
they do.
Yeah, they do. They have
Most of the
cyborgs,
like robotic people are androids, though, aren't they? Like Data's an android.
Yes. Data, and
So yeah,
there's
I get
another
what you mean,
character
yeah.
named Beta. There's another
He's an android
character
too,
named
right?
Yeah, Beta. Yeah, he is actually Data, kind of like Data, but he's like in a more immature state or something, you know.
Mm.
Yeah, Chaos has got a good point there that Alita is further in the future than Star Trek. Star Trek: The Next Generation and the original series, but Star Trek Discovery, they go all the way. Now, Jam, you correct me if I'm wrong, but Star Trek Discovery goes all the way to the 28th century, so that's 200 years past Alita. So, yeah, that's right. Well, as in the Star Trek universe, they can travel in time by doing that slingshot method. Plus, they got that what was that? The keeper of time or whatever they called the guy.
Q?
I can't remember. No, not well. Q. He's kind of like a godlike person.
Yeah, he can go through time, right?
He's like a, yes, but it's like a portal that was in a couple of the later series and in the original series, and the gatekeeper or something like that, and you jump through this, looks like a hoop or something like that, and you go into time, you know. So
I can't remember. I used to like watching the original series on the Sci-Fi Channel at like 11 a.m. when I didn't have school or something.
Yeah.
And how long ago was that?
Okay. Yeah.
Shut up, Angelus.
All right. Well, we're going to move on before Blotty blows a blood vessel.
Well, I can guarantee you it was even not as long as it would have been for Creaky. You know, a couple millennia ago.
All right, now that's just depressing. Let's move on to Star Wars.
Okay, well, let's see. Darth Vader's he's a cyborg.
Anakin.
Sure. Anakin Skywalker or Luke. Well, yeah, Anakin. Luke Skywalker is actually a cyborg. His right hand was replaced. Remember, Darth Vader cut his hand off. You remember that?
Yeah, of course.
So he's a cyborg.
He's a cyborg,
you know?
and there's also Rodriguez got his little Alita reference into the Book of Boba Fett with the Moped Gang.
That's
which
right.
Everyone loved that legendary gang.
Yeah.
I think love them or love to hate them.
Yeah, they were just a bit of fun. All the Star Wars nerds went crazy. You'd love to see it.
I think Alita would get along pretty good in this universe, especially she could take out Darth Vader in that Imaginus 2.1 body with no trouble, you know. Probably, you know, probably so, you know. And there's a couple of other, I guess, what they call them, Sith Lords, I guess, you know, like Darth Maul. I wish they hadn't killed him. You know, they killed him in that, I guess, it was Star Wars 4, but they made it 1 because they made it like a prequel. So, but
they cut him in half, but he didn't die. He came back in the Clone Wars, right?
I don't know if that is that. I haven't seen that one. Is that a prequel or is that afterwards?
Surely someone else watched the Clone Wars. I watched a few episodes, but I didn't get very far.
Yeah. So anyway, you know,
yeah, it was like the animated. I was a bit too old for animated stuff when it came out, so I just ignored it.
I definitely recommend it though.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
meant to be
really?
really good. I mean, it was kind of fun, but you just know what you're getting, and you just can't really be bothered to carry on. That was my perspective, anyway.
Oh. So anyway, I think she'd fit right in here. Now, this is way in the past, Star Wars. Remember in a
What do you mean?
galaxy long, well, this was in a
Oh,
galaxy
because
a
it was a
long
long
ago,
time
and
ago.
far away. Yeah.
Yeah,
So this
exactly.
this is
You
like
always forget
history.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the
See,
technology.
that's the good thing about Star Wars, though. It felt like a mythology that actually happened in like, because anything can happen in the galaxy, so you never know. Maybe Star Wars did actually happen in an infinite universe. Who knows?
Yeah, Finn, we actually on a stream a couple of years ago, we had I guess Mike Reyes on, and we actually talked about the Damascus blade and the lightsaber, how they compare with each other and stuff like that, you know, and how Alita, you know, would fare against, you know, Sith Lords, you know.
Speaking of faring against Sith Lords, there was a scene that I have in my head where again using the prequels. I know Vladdy likes those.
Yeah, they're good. They're not bad.
In the end of episode 2, where Dooku goes, I don't think this battle will be fought by our like abilities within the Force, but by our skills with the lightsaber, and then he just activates his. And then Yoda turns around and activates his. Except I cut out Yoda, put in Alita, and then have the scene of her activating her Damascus blade going blue.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, let's see how it goes then, you little shit. Saying that to Dooku, that is, because, you know, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you want to see Yoda jumping around like a little, I don't know, a little ferret.
Okay, so Chaos Nova, and I don't know much about Warhammer 40,000. Any of you guys know about that?
Literally nothing.
I know of it, and that's about it.
I know that you paint.
Do you know anything about it?
And you do like
Chaos
little
is going
tabletop
heresy
games.
detected.
There was a Warhammer club in my school, which obviously a few people were in, but I never got into.
I saw a website, but not much beyond that.
Okay, well, yeah, Chaos. We don't know much about Warhammer, but he's saying you enter a warp without a Geller field. I don't know what that is, and you get an evil Alita. Okay, I don't know what that means, but
it seems very lore specific. Like you've got to know what it means.
Yeah, it does. All right. Well, I guess we can move off of this one. This is tenuous at best for Alita. Go ahead.
Yeah. And it's cool that Rodriguez has got like Alita cyborgs in there. Good for him.
Oh, you mean in Book of Boba Fett? You mean?
Yes, we need Book of Boba Fett season 2.
Yeah. What? They're going to do a Book of Boba Fett season 2.
Well, no, I'm saying we need a season 2.
Oh, okay. You got my hopes up there.
That would just piss off the haters so much. And I love the first season.
I did too. I liked it.
It was good fun. Star Wars fans forgot what Star Wars was really like. I think
the problem was that, you know, some of these stories kind of what they consider deviating from canon, and they got all bent out of shape about it for some reason. You know, I don't know. You know, to me, it's a story. You know, come on. You know, I mean, come on.
So
Watch the story.
So they did
be entertained. You know,
the menace types who were like calling. They were looking to like criticize Disney and Star Wars for being like, what's the word? I don't know how to describe it. Like woke. Do you know what I mean? Like woke. Is that the word?
Yeah,
so
I like
something like that, and because they were calling like Boba Fett like Beta Fett, but it didn't make any sense because he was still such a badass.
No. Let's stay away from this word woke because too many politicians, too many politics in this, and I always want damn people to tell me. No, you tell me what woke means. That's what I want to hear from these people when I hear something's too woke. Now I know what it means, and I want whatever they consider woke or whatever. I want that out of movies. You know, I don't want that in movies. And we don't want any of that kind of philosophy in the Alita sequel. But I really get
certainly
irritated
don't want any
when
like hyper forced messaging.
Well, when people use the term woke on something, I say, okay, what do you think woke means? You know, and they don't ever answer. You know, it's just bullshit.
It's often used
anyway.
way too easily. It's thrown around way too easily.
Yes, but I agree with you. We don't.
I don't like mostly.
Yeah,
anything
that's what they to them.
left.
That's it. That's exactly it. Channel. Yep. Okay,
Anything
moving
left
right
is
along.
that they don't like.
That's right. Okay, moving on. I don't want to get into a political thing here. Okay.
No, let's have a debate about intersectional feminism. Let's go.
No, Vlad. We're not
What
doing
about
that,
intersectional?
Okay, no, I love the boys.
cyborg
Let's
ism?
move on to the boys. I love the boys.
Vlad.
It's probably my favorite show.
Oh, really?
There's nothing else that's continuing on and on and on that is like I really like. So yeah, I guess it probably is.
Bloody Orville.
Well, Orville. We could have brought that up too.
They haven't announced a new season for the Orville. What are you on about?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I don't
Bloody
know.
Orville. Just give us more.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Okay, I'm not going to put Chaos's chat up there, but I agree with him. I'm tired of woke also. So anyway, I'm sick of it. But anyway, here's the boys. It is definitely not woke. That's for sure. And I think Homelander, that guy in the middle, he is a damn psychotic murderer is what he is. I mean, this guy is he claims to be like a superhero or something like for that group, the Seven, but he's actually as evil as they come. You know, he's a narcissist.
Which is kind of what you'd expect superheroes to actually be like in real life, and there'd be all this kind of corporate corruption that would lead to people being exploited and like loads of people dying because they just want to make money off the superheroes. So I love that. It sort of feels more authentic than all the like yawn-inducing MCU kind of superhero stuff.
Yeah. Well, there's another group we're gonna get to this very briefly, but the Watchmen was kind of like that, not corporate, but it was.
I didn't watch that.
Yeah, it's more about it's more about what you would consider superheroes as kind of fragile and flawed human beings. Homelander is a spoiled Superman. That's right. A corrupt Superman, and they're kind of like vigilantes, but they're corporate corrupted vigilantes. Now, I think that one on the left, Starlight, I think is her name. I think she's got some good in her, I think. And I think Queen Maeve does as well. That's on Homelander's right shoulder.
Well, they had a big fight with Homelander recently.
Yeah, well, I think, the whole thing is if Alita was to get into this universe, probably she could not deal with Homelander except in her Imaginos 2.1 body, A-Train's supposed to be the fastest series of speedster, but Alita in her Berserker body or in her Imaginos body could outrun him, especially in her Imaginos 2.1 body. I think Queen Maeve is a lot like Wonder Woman, I think. She can't fly, I don't think, but she's kind of like that. But I think Alita, you could put her in this universe, but I don't think she'd get along with these folks too much at all. She'd probably get along with Starlight and she'd probably get along with Queen Maeve, but the rest of them, they are just
they're all total assholes. That's why they're so great.
Well, you think Starlight's a total asshole? I didn't get that feeling.
No, well, she's not perfect. That's another. She's not like a total goody-goody, I suppose.
Yeah, but I think Starlight does have some good in her. I think is what I'm saying.
For sure, obviously Homelander's the bad side and Starlight's the good side, but
yeah, that's right. And I think in her Imaginos 2.1 body, she'd take Homelander out. Because he's not fast. He's strong, but
he's just super. He's the exact same powers as Superman, basically.
Well, he's not as fast as Superman. He's not as strong. You remember, there's that one episode when they were going to rescue that plane. him and Queen Maeve, and Queen Maeve says, well, we've got to get these people out of here. You know, can you not hold the plane up or something like that? And he said, I cannot hold this plane up. You know, that tells me Superman can hold the plane up. So he's not near as strong as Superman, you know.
Could he not do that, or did he just not want to do that?
Well, now they didn't say that. Maybe he didn't want to do it. I don't know. But Superman, you know, this is a guy that, at least in the comic books, he's held a black hole in his hand. You know, I mean, I don't get the sense that Homelander can do that. But I think Alita and her Imaginos 2.1 body would carve him up. I don't think he'd have a chance, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, he can fly and all that. But you remember that Billy Butcher guy and that Soldier Boy they were pretty much kicking Homelander's butt, you know, and he flew off, you remember, because he was getting his ass whipped, you know. But I think Queen Maeve has got some good in her too, to a degree, you know. But I kind of do agree with you. To some degree, they're all pretty much assholes, you know, particularly Homelander. And I don't think Alita could get along with. She could get along with the two females, but I don't think she could get along with the rest of them. I think the rest of them are just too corrupt, you know.
Sorry, who's the non-superhero? What's the main character non-superhero guy? She'd probably get along with him.
Which one's this now?
The non-superhero guy, the one who he started taking.
Billy Butcher.
No, I wasn't even thinking of him. The guy whose girlfriend got killed by the speed. That guy.
Oh, by A-Train. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell is his name? I can't remember.
I think she got on better with him in terms of personality.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, I think that's true. You know,
he seems like quite authentic. So does Starlight as well.
Yeah, Huey. That's right.
Huey. Yeah, everyone forgets.
Yeah, that's right.
Poor Huey.
Yeah, thanks, Chaos. Remember Huey? I guess Huey and Carl Urban's character Butcher Boy. I guess they blew Translucent up, didn't they? You know, that was really crazy right there. But anyway, yeah, Alita wouldn't do well. I mean, I think Alita would succeed, but she would not do well with these people. I mean, she would not like them, and
she wouldn't want to work with any of them.
Wouldn't want to work with them, and if they screwed with her, she'd take them out. You know, I mean, even Homelander, I think in her Imaginos 2.1 body, he wouldn't last 5-10 seconds. In her Berserker body, she might even be able to beat him in a Berserker body. You know, I don't know, because she's got the plasma weapon. He's not invulnerable. You know, remember there was a scene, I guess, where Soldier Boy punched him in the face and his nose bled. You remember? Well, if that's going to happen, then that plasma weapon would take him out. You know, I think so. Now he could probably beat Alita in the Toon body, I think, but. Billy was named after a New York City gangster. Okay, cool. I didn't know that.
Was Billy Butcher in Gangs of New York? Rings a bell.
Is that right? No, maybe so. Yeah, is that movie with
Leonardo
DiCaprio and Daniel Day-Lewis? I think. Yeah. Daniel Day-Lewis played the really bad crime lord, didn't he?
I knew that name rung a bell.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Chaos. We had no clue. Okay. Well, anyway, I think Alita would not have a good time here, but she would kick butt and take names, I think. That's what she would do, at least in her Berserker and her Imaginos bodies. Now, I put this one in here just because I like that center picture. That's
fan made.
I'm sorry?
Is that fan made?
I think so. I'm not sure. I don't know if it must be.
It's not in the actual manga, is it?
Yeah, it's not in the manga, no. Uh-oh, Angelus, I used the word manga. I didn't say manga that time. Oh, boy.
Well, you have to say manga.
Manga.
Yeah.
Manga. I would say manga.
I would say manga, but that just...
It doesn't matter, does it?
Phonetically Polish, so...
Yeah.
What do the Japanese say? I mean, they probably don't sound. Probably doesn't sound anything like either of them.
they say Gumu, don't they, or something like that, or is that Gundam? I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm an Aussie, so I definitely
Yeah.
say manga.
Yeah.
Transformers.
Aussies and Americans don't speak proper English, so
Yeah, we speak the
we-
King's English down here,
Yeah,
or
we-
like a variation of it.
yeah, and we speak a bastardized version of it. So anyway, yeah, Alita would fit in this universe. I think she'd certainly get along with the Autobots real well. I think she would hate the Decepticons, you know, but I think in her Imaginos 2.1 body, she could take out any of those Decepticons. I mean, they wouldn't stand a chance, you know, because she could move fast. She could move at almost the speed of light. And once again, Lottie, she's got godlike powers, so she can take them out, I think. So, and I think she would really get along well with Bumblebee and Optimus Prime and some of the others, you know. So, and I think they would see her, even though they're I wouldn't call them androids because they're not human, you know, or human. They kind of look humanoid, I guess, but I think they would see a kindred spirit in Alita, particularly if she was in her Imaginos 2.1 body, because she is an android. So, you know, they'd be all machines, you know. But in this picture in the center, of course, that looks like her. That's probably her tuned body right there, and they seem to be getting along fine. So, you know, in that fan made drawing, so. Okay, but I just put that one in there because I like the Transformers.
That's a cool fan art.
Yeah.
I have no opinions on Transformers. I haven't seen any of the movies. I haven't seen any of the cartoons.
I saw.
That's right. I haven't seen any of the boys, so.
Yeah, I've seen a couple episodes of the boys. Okay, other universes. So there's a whole bunch of them. What do you guys think? We're not going to go through them, you know, because we'd be here all night if we did that. One that's not up there that I could have put there would have been Starship Troopers. You know, simply because Casper Von Dien was in Alita and he was in Starship Troopers. So, you know, but anyway.
I could see her being in the Fifth Element universe. Star Aurelion would love that.
Yeah,
Maxie would love that.
Yeah, Maxie would, not Star Belly.
I was being sarcastic about Star.
I figured you were, Bloody.
Yeah.
And we did do a stream on Alita being in the Invincible universe, you know.
Invincible.
It's anime, you know, but she would be especially in her Imaginos 2.1 body, she'd be butting heads with Omni-Man.
What about Alita in Orville?
Yeah,
Orville's not up there. Bloody here.
Yeah,
she'd rule him out. I'd love to see Rosa in an Orville episode. After seeing her in that kind of weak Star Trek short thing, I'd like to see her do something a bit better in sci-fi space exploration. In the
Trouble with Edward or whatever that thing was.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. I enjoyed it. It's got lots.
I did too. I thought it was neat.
But I mean, it's just it's a short thing, you know. It's not like a proper movie or TV show or something.
Yeah. And of course, Maxie and I have had this discussion. The Terminator. I contend that Alita is in the Terminator. Terminator's in the Alita universe because of Ito picking up that Terminator's hand and all, and that skull and stuff like that. Now Max said, "Nah, that's just stuff, you know, from that." No, this is a movie and it can be whatever I want it to be. So there you have it. So because you know, that hand was definitely Arnold Schwarzenegger's hand, you know, and he threw it down, you know. So So anyway, any of these things you guys want to talk about, or are we kind of worn out the superhero / science fiction?
I really like Firefly Serenity. That's probably, and I watched a couple of episodes of Babylon 5, I think, and obviously Aliens. I've seen a few bits and bobs.
Yeah, I saw one episode of that. I think it was Firefly. I saw.
Yeah, I watched them all out of order. They were all out of order on the DVD.
Nathan Fillion or whatever, I think is the guy, the main guy in it. Yep. And I know Dan and I did a stream once, and Angelus and Dan and I did a stream on Dragon Ball one time. So how she might fit in that. The reason why she might kind of be similar in some ways is because of the androids. They had Android, 17, 18, and 19 in it, or something like that. You know, she would kind of be, and they're really cyborgs. They're not androids. It's just a translation or something like that. So she'd probably, okay, Eternal, all right. RoboCop, yeah, we did a stream on that for sure. Now we didn't do one on G.I. Joe. God, that's interesting.
Yeah, I got a Hot Toys RoboCop, and they'd be a great team. I think she'd really sympathize with what RoboCop went through, like losing his body and stuff.
Yeah, and he's definitely a cyborg, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
I think he's pretty slow compared to her, though.
Oh yeah, he would stand a chance against her.
You know, they wouldn't fight each other. They would be trying to help each other, but
exactly. She'd probably try and get him a better body than the
probably, but if they did team up in a fight, he might be in the way, because he's so slow, but although he can shoot pretty well, I guess he's pretty accurate. So
I'm looking forward to the game.
Oh, is there a game coming out on this?
New RoboCop game coming out. It's like first-person shooter type game where you get to play as the RoboCop. I think it looks really cool.
Oh, okay.
Yes, made by the same guys that made the first-person shooter Terminator game, which I fully recommend.
Is that really good? Maybe I shouldn't play that.
I recommend it as much as I would recommend Alita, and that's saying something.
What? You got my body's higher up on
that.
Can't
be that good. I just don't believe that it's that good.
I've replayed it countless number of times, and there's like so many Easter eggs. Like it literally tells its own story, like within the Terminator universe, and yet it, like the one thing that it shares with Alita the most is that despite telling its own story, and in Alita's case, its own version of the story, it still pays like so much respect, so much homage to the source material that it blows my mind. And that's what I thought about Alita. And when I played it's called Terminator Resistance. When I played that, you play as like a completely new character. Like you don't play as John Connor or Kyle Reese, although they do have, I will say that they do have cameos and mentions and stuff like that. But there's so many Easter eggs. There's so many like little tidbits like they've drawn from the movies and whatnot that it does just blow your mind. And the gameplay itself is pretty good as well.
Well, Fireflies in the. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Angel.
No. I was just clearing my throat, but go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Firefly and Serenity is in the 26th century. Now it's like 40 to 50 years before Alita, but hey, it's probably a similar culture, I guess, maybe.
I can't remember if there were many cyborgs or like cybernetic technology in that show.
Yeah, I only saw one or two episodes of that, and I didn't recall seeing any cyborgs in it.
Yeah, so I saw the whole thing. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It was more like a cowboy thing in space, kind of.
Cowboy Bebop? Is that what you're talking about?
Not really.
Kind of like that. Oh, okay.
Just cowboy. No, like the original cowboy movies, but in space.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it is.
To be fair, it'll probably be like Book of Boba Fett in the context that it exists in the same universe as like Jedi and the Force, but we hardly saw any of those in those particular series.
Here you go, Angelus. The turtles.
Cowbunga dude.
Yeah, the cow. Yeah, that's right.
Should at least get along with Donatello.
Yeah, I've seen the first 2 episodes of Cowboy Bebop. I really like them. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard a
I
few
haven't-
people say they really like it. I haven't watched it
Yeah,
myself.
Yeah, it's pretty good, I think. You got a son, Bloody? I didn't know that.
No, did you just mishear something I just said?
Yeah, you said. I thought you said you watched it with your son.
No, I definitely didn't say that.
Oh, okay. I thought you did. So my
What show
bad.
were we just talking about?
Cowboy Bebop.
No, I didn't see that one. I probably just said I didn't see it with my son. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Cowboy Bebop, the first 2 episodes.
Oh, yeah. I probably said I know a few people that saw that one and they really liked it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know this one, Chaos Trigon. I'm not sure what that is. Never saw that. What's that other one though? Chaos that we watched that one night, Fist of the North Star or something like that. Yeah. Judge Dredd, yeah.
One that isn't mentioned that she probably slot in really well with, Blade Runner.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, she would. She'd fit real well. Well, let me tell you, I think Alita, as adaptable as she is, and of course, I mean, being powerful helps, but her adaptability, I think she could fit in any of the universes. Now, whether she would enjoy herself or not's another story, you know, but I think she definitely could fit in any of these universes, you know, and be successful in them. Yeah, that's right. Chaos, Fist of the North Star. Yeah, we watched that. That was pretty good. I enjoyed that a lot. Chaos did a stream here about a year ago, I guess it was, wasn't it, Chaos? And or it might have been 9 months ago or whatever it was. And we had a good time on that thing. That was good. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, guys, can you think of any other universes? Well, I know we had a list of them here. We've been going for a little over 2 hours, so.
Real life. The final
Real
frontier.
life, yes. Yes. Well,
there's no point even thinking about that because she'd just be with me 24/7.
No, she
Oh,
wouldn't.
really?
No, she'd be coming to visit her Uncle Creek is what she'd be doing. She'd be coming to visit Uncle Creek some at least.
Maybe on a weekend sometime in the future.
Yes.
She'd visit all her army of hunter warriors.
That's right. And you can see there, well, did we miss anything? I don't think we did. We brought up damn near
I think we nailed it pretty well.
I can think of multiple characters from the Owl House that would fit well in the Alita series, but not the other way around, really.
Yeah.
It's kind of confusing to me.
Yeah.
Like the only character from Alita that would fit well in the Owl House is Chaos, but the other way around you have multiple.
Yeah. Well, we some time ago we did a stream. We had Dan and Angelus and I, and we had got Kran on, and we brought up that anime Aria. I don't know if you remember. That's where these. And the only reason we had it, of course, I put Ari in there because I wanted to get Kran on the stream, and she likes that. I guess likes that the anime, but it's on Mars. It's been on a terraformed Mars. And it's supposed to be like the 25th century, I think. So I put it in there, you know. So, but yeah, Alita, those characters are all too sweet and too innocent, you know. And Alita's sweet. She's not exactly innocent though, you know. So anyway, we had a laugh. We had a good laugh about that one, you know. So. And you see that in the middle there, Blotty? Yeah, Alita loves her Uncle Creek. She does.
Yeah.
So you're right. She may come visit me at my bar or something like that when she's not visiting Blotty and Angelus, I guess. So.
What do you mean, Angelus?
Well, Angelus, you know, and Angelus likes Alita too.
For me.
I mean. That'd be interesting, Finn.
All I have to say
Any-
is that there's not a cyborg on Earth that would be able to survive the lands of Australia, and she'll go, "Oh, really?" And then just come visit me in Australia. It's like, yay. That'll be my draw card to get her to come over here.
And she don't have to worry about those big ass spiders either, doesn't you? Because she's a cyborg.
Exactly.
Doesn't have to worry about weird
Yeah.
vaccinations when traveling abroad.
No.
That's right, because she doesn't. Yeah, that's right. Because you got to
Thank
get
God I
all
can go
maxed
to
up.
America for the Alita sequel celebrations now.
Yes.
I only
Well,
remember.
when they greenlight the sequel, man, we got to do something super duper special for sure. You know, we
Get drunk
definitely
at
do.
the Denver branch of the Kansas bar.
It just depends
we
how
can do
cool
that.
Cameron and Rodriguez wants to be. They want to be cool.
Yeah,
Well, let's all come and celebrate. But if they don't,
Well,
then
what the
that's
Creek
their
is
loss.
not going to. Creek's not going to want to get drunk, but I'll have a drink. I'll do that. You know, I haven't had a hard liquor drink in a while. You know, but I would definitely do a Kraken and Coke. You know, for our girl when she gets greenlit. You know,
I would literally go. There's an Alita champagne bottle that's got like a specific
yes.
flavor called Rose.
Wow.
So, in fact,
you don't mean rosé, do you?
Hang on. Alita
All right.
Rose.
Well, Alita loves her Uncle Creek. If you can't stand that, boy, look at that plasma weapon. And of course, Maxie's going to be the host tomorrow, but tomorrow we're going to go over Sonic Finger. I reread that damn thing last night. It's a good story, man. You know, we're going to go back over it, you know, on the Radio Chaos stream tomorrow. So that's going to be a lot of fun, you know, about how Alita takes, you know, how she handles that one, you know. So it's pretty cool. And it's got some little twist in it too. Angelus has got something coming up here. What is Angelus? Yes. You sure that it's not rosé as opposed to rose?
Oh, rose, rosé, tomato, tomato.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, it still counts as Rose.
Yeah.
But I mean, like champagne bottle, Alita Rose. It's like I'd specifically order this and have this. Like, I don't care where it is in the world. I will pay for shipping over to Australia, pop it open, and drink the whole bottle. In celebration of the Alita sequels. But yeah.
Yeah, you know what, Finn? We would love to have, you know, get Rose on one of the streams, but particularly the Elite Army stream. I think would be the best. I think because it's that is the official channel. You know, so it'd be neat if we could get her on that. And we've tried. I've tried to get her on it, but it's pretty tough. You know, I mean, and for one thing, she's extremely busy. So you know, I mean, it's going to be difficult now with the writer's strike. Who knows? Charlie Smith's pushing me to, you know, to do something about, you know, maybe sending her a letter or something, see if she'll come on the Elite Army stream. Well, we'll see what we can do about that. So join us tomorrow for Radio Chaos episode number 173. And this is a side story, by the way, this Sonic Finger, and it's really good. I reread it last night and I thought, oh yeah, I forgot about this and how she did this thing, and which, you know, it was really good, you know, and I started reading it with the idea, because it's got two parts to it. I said, well, I'll just read the first part, you know, because it was getting late last night, you know, because it was after I had worked out. And when I picked it up and I read the first part, I had to say, oh no, now I got to read the second part. So I started reading it. So I, you know, kind of went to bed a little bit later than I wanted to, but that's okay. You know, it's for our girl, as they would say. So.
You're only here for the girl.
That's right. I'm only here for our girl. That's right. And this is Rosa, of course. Rose Alita. You know, she is Alita. Did a great job. She is #1 in the Creeks book in terms of being an actor. You know.
I'm hoping she'll be the next one to like make a public comment on the Alita sequel status.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it? That would.
I'm sure it'll be
awesome.
positive. So I think it's going to be really sweet.
Yeah. And of course, the Creek also likes Elle Lamont and Jesse Fisher. They're both great. They brought Screwhead to life, you know. And you know, when we interviewed Elle, you know, and I think we even brought it up with Jesse in that interview. We told her we told both of them we want Screwhead to come back, and they'd both love to play that part, you know. Elle being actually the actor playing Screwhead, Jesse being the stunt woman, you know. So it'd be awesome if we could get Screwhead back and see Screwhead team up with Alita, you know, as I guess Elle put it, a badass buddy, you know, to watch her back or something she said like to that effect. But yeah, these are, well, I won't call them girls. They're not girls, you know, but you know, these are our favorites right here, you know. And of course, Rosa is Alita for sure. Okay, any final thoughts, Blotty?
In regards to her Alita appearing in other universes, not really. She's just far superior to every other universe out there.
Absolutely, I agree with that. Absolutely. Channel, any last thoughts?
No, not really.
How about you, Angelus?
What Bloody said.
Okay.
There's only
All right,
one universe that I'm concerned and want to see more of.
That's right. Yeah, the Creek feels the same exact way, you know. And Channel brought this up for sure, but why is this image here? Because I like it. And to paraphrase Gorishka, I'm only here for our girl. So, you know, and of course, and the Alita Army. And all of us in the Alita Army are only here for our girl. We want that sequel, Disney. You hear us? We want it. So, that said, time for us to do the call to action. And that would be on my count of three. And that's 1, 2, 3. Baby. All right. So yes, indeed. So we'll see you next week on the live stream. We'll see you tomorrow on Radio Chaos. So ta-ta.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
What's up, Alita Army? This is Hot Toys Alita, and I hope you enjoyed this week's Alita Livestream. Please join my Uncle Creek, Angelus, and our other guests for next week's show. Remember, I do not stand by in the presence of evil, and film those sequels, baby. See you next time.